Hi everyone and welcome. Today we have to review this Baijiali KK78 3-band pocket-sized radio. Now if the name Baijiali seems familiar to you, then you may have seen my recent video review on this. This is the BJL1202AC, obviously a larger set, again covering 3 wave bands. Now its performance was pretty decent, but I have to say its build quality, it wasn't the best. So it'll be interesting to see how this little sibling compares. Now this was bought from AliExpress, and at the time of recording it cost £8 UK, and that works out around about $10 US, and that does include tax and shipping. Now it was sent in just a grey plastic bag for protection, and this happens quite often from items from AliExpress, and I'm always amazed that they actually survived their journey undamaged. But undamaged it is. Let's open it up and see if we actually get £4 or £8. First thing, they gave you a little recharging lead, always useful. They give you a very brief instruction leaflet, and I have to say I enjoy reading these little leaflets, as the Chinese to English translations sometimes come up with some very strange descriptions. So what I'll do, I'll try and pop them up on the screen for you, just so you can have a look at it for your own amusement. So popping that to one side, let's get the receiver out itself. There we go. As you can see, it's quite a compact little radio. Size-wise, it's 125 high, 67 wide by around about 28 millimeters deep. Let me just give the old mugshot test the viewers do on this channel, just for size comparison. There we go. Initial impressions are the build quality seems reasonable for the price. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a tour around the various features, starting with the front tuning scale. As I say, it's a 3 wideband set, so we've got FM coverage between 87 and 108 megahertz. AM is between 522 and 1620 kilohertz, and then finally we've got shortwave coverage, and that's between 5.9 and 18 megahertz. So not quite the full spectrum of available shortwave frequencies, but nonetheless pretty respectable. So moving to the side, they give you a little headphone socket. It is a mono output, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting anything else on a set of this price, but always a useful little feature to have. Below that, we've got our volume control combined with the on-off switch. Moving to the opposite side, we've got our tuning thumb wheel. Below that, we've got our 3 wideband selector switch. Below that then, we've got our input there for recharging the internal battery. Now this is the USB-C port, and I believe there is a drive to make this the industry standard across various devices. And I have to say that's a good idea, because it saves having a drawer full of just different types of recharging leads. And then below that, we've got our little recharging light as well. Moving to the rear, we've got our little aerial. It is only movable in 2 directions. It's not a 360-degree aerial. It measures around about 265 millimeters long, but nevertheless it should do the job. Below that, we've got our little battery compartment, and this is where things get a little bit interesting. So let's unscrew it. Try not to lose that little screw. Unclip it. There we go. So your first thought is, oh, it's a rechargeable AA battery. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's a rechargeable 14500 size battery that's 3.7 volts. And in this case, it's a lithium-ion battery of around about 500 milliamps capacity. Now, you have to be a little bit careful, because if you also keep this in the same compartment or drawer that you keep your AA batteries, it's very easy to get mixed up with them. And I don't think these will take too kindly to being recharged by 3.7 volts. So just bear that in mind. So I'm going to pop the cover back on. Do it the right way. There we go. So what I'm going to do is actually to see how this little set performs. I'm going to take it through the various sort of frequencies, and I'm going to do it in the order that it comes on the radio. So I'm going to look at FM first, then AM, and then we're going to see how shortwave performance is. So let's see how we get on. Okay, so it's time to look at FM performance, but just before I do, just to mention, I noticed when I first unpacked this little receiver that the manufacturers had put a piece of tape across the on-off stroke volume switch there. I thought that was a nice touch. It just saves the battery being accidentally drained if it was mishandled either during transit or maybe during the sort of shipping process. I just thought it was worth mentioning that. So what I'm going to do is put the aerial up. Make sure we switch to FM, we are. So let's turn it on and let's see what we can pick up.
Standard rate. You must be over 18 to enter. And if you want all of the rules for this network competition, they are on
and used in the funeral scene and performed by the goddess Hannah Waddingham.
All you need to do is answer the phone, and then she will give you £300,000.
Back hill, get that.
Representative example, cash price 4799. And 60 monthly payments. Total pay.
It must have been love.
Well, yeah, partly that, but a lot of it is like binary routes, actually. I've put in cool heats. They're great. They're not invincible.
Okay, that's pretty good. It picked up quite a few sort of stations there. Obviously, selectivity on such a short scale, that's going to be a bit of an issue across all the frequencies there. Nonetheless, pretty decent. So what I'm going to do is put it to AM now, and let's see what we can pick up. Just took that little aerial in. Let's pop it on again. Now, I might pick up some noise off the cameras on this, so you might have to just make some allowances for that.
Was part of the BBC cuts.
That was the first thing to go,
It was the first thing to go. The jewel in the crown.
Because it's too expensive.
It was about James Madison, value for money, 100%, but you knew what he was about. Vicario is...
One of the most romantic tracks you'll ever hear in your life.
That wasn't too bad. It picked up a few stations. To be honest, there's not an awful lot transmitting on the AM wave bands where I live, so it did a reasonable job on that, I think. So now let's have a look at Shortwave Performance. So let's see how good this little set is at picking up shortwave stations. I've done the usual trick. I've switched off all the LED lighting that can possibly generate electrical noise that could interfere with the picking up of those stations. So we're just down to an incandescent bulb. So sorry if the brightness is just a little bit lower than normal, but please bear with me on this. I'm going to pop it on and let's see how we get on. So here we go. Just whilst we've got a fairly strong station now, I'm going to pop the LED lighting on and off. You can just see the difference that it makes. So let's have a look at that. It's quite a bit, isn't it? Anybody help me out with that one? Obviously selectivity is an issue here, but I'm just going to do it as slowly as I possibly can.
different systems or other factors?
It's actually doing quite well, better than I expected, really.
Other factors, but for that,
시청 영화사도 한경 북도는 영화 뉴스.
al incluso también algunas pastillas no vienen en envases de plástico.
You just have to be really slow with that tuning dial. Not too much at the top end here.
سنتحدث اليوم عن أول سيدة تتقلد رئاسة التلفزيون المصري نال المحيط.
Overall, I'm quite surprised. I wasn't expecting much from this little set, but that's pretty decent. Okay, so let's put the lights back on and we can continue from there. Okay, so we have the lighting back to normal levels now, so hopefully things are a little bit clearer for you. So, what are my thoughts on this KK78? Well, I have to say it's better than I was expecting for such a budget price receiver. Shortwave reception in particular being decent for such a compact set. So, do I recommend it? Well, yes, if you want a pocket-sized multi-band receiver and you're on a very tight budget. However, for just a little bit more money, may I suggest that you take a look at this. This is the non-TOWS multi-band receiver and multimedia player. And would you believe it's actually slightly smaller than the KK78, yet it manages to take advantage of a full-size 18650 battery, and I have to say it has an overall good performance. So there you go, it's the Baijiali KK78 multi-band pocket-sized receiver. Hopefully this proved useful. If it did, then please give me that thumbs up. That helps others to find this video as well. And as always, I appreciate you watching and I'll catch up with you soon.